Shalom, shalom, it's Brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kadash. This is going to be called unity, the appurtenances of unity, and I've been having a revelation on how important the unity is. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of stuff that's going on. Like even when you look at the brothers that's supposed to be in the truth, the ones of us that know we the Hebrew Israelites, the ones of us that's the prophets that's going out on the highways and byways and teaching, right? But when you look at some of the things, it's like it's mixed. I give brothers credit because it's mixed with the truth, but it's a lot of man-made things involved too. You know what I mean? Just like when you look at a camp and you look at they got a name, they got a branding, right? But this is what keeps us separated because the ABC boys and the EFG boys can't come together because whenever you got a branding and you got a name and a brand as your camp, right, you have owners of that brand. So just for example, let's just say like HODC, let's just say WFI, let's just say Sakari, let's just say IUIC, let's just say GMS, right? Those are all brandings. Those are all brand names of their groups, right? Now you have people that own those brand names. What I mean by that is people that can't be kicked out. Like, just look at your camp. There's members that could be kicked out. And there's certain people that can't be kicked out of that group because they own the branding. They created the group. They started the group, right? So that's what keeps us divided. You would say like WFI, whoever they elders is, which I believe is Zabak, right? Why they don't just come together under one camp? Well, because Zabak got his own thing going. He runs his camp. He owns it. And then WFI, why would they want to join another camp when they own their own thing and they already built their own? That's what keeps us separated. It's called divide and conquer, right? Sakari, why would Sakari and GMS, they teach basically the same thing, but why would they come together as one when Sakari owns their own thing? They the leaders of their own thing. GMS, they're the leaders of their own thing. You see what I'm saying? So the branding, you have owners of the branding, and that's why you don't see the camps merging as one, right? When in reality, all we need to be is Hebrew Israelites. See, the thing about just being Hebrew Israelites and not putting this branding, these titles, and these names, and separating ourselves in small little groups and being divided and conquered, the great thing about just being a Hebrew Israelite is the Lord owns the branding. That comes from the Lord. That's a name placed on us by the Lord. You know what I mean? So that the Lord, no man owns that branding, which means that we all could come together under the ownership of the Lord, right? But it's important for us to come together. So you will have men that'll argue this and say, we not for unity camps, we not for camps coming together. Yeah, we never said that we for camps coming together and you the ABC boys and we the EFG boys. No, we saying the camps need to come together as one. You see what I'm saying? Not be separate and then just come together. Being separate, but you still got your own thing, we got our own thing. No, we need to come together as one. The only thing different about us is the 12 tribes of Israel, but we all just Israelites, you know what I mean? But of course, starting off, you have to come together under, there's going to be some differences, but over time you grow together, just like meeting a woman, just like meeting a wife. That's why it says, a bishop has to be a husband of at least one wife. Some people take that scripture and they throw the word of only, but the word only is not in there. They just throw the word in there and say, well, he only can have one wife. No, at least. Why not throw the word at least? Because the point of that is to show that he could be a bishop and he could lead a church based on, he has experience leading this. How could you lead a church when you ain't even led your own household, your own family? As far as that case, we know Yahweh Shai is different, but Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation, you know what I mean? But the point of it is that we have to come together, and we're actually commanded to come together, and we're actually going to come together. Now, from the revelation I've been having, I forgot the I'm thinking of a term. It's like insanity. It's like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So whatever camp you got, before you there was a camp. Every 5 years every year a new camp come, and it's a camp, and it's a camp, and it's camp, and they all doing the same things because this goes back to One West. They learned this thing from One West. Get a group, get a branding, get a name, start making money, and start setting up a power structure, right? But it's not in the commandments. The Lord didn't command us to, it said go on the highways and byways, but the Lord didn't command us to brand ourselves and make groups. You know what I mean? We supposed to be one group, one body, right? We supposed to be one body, right? Not your group, your little group of 2,000 people, 1,000 people. You do not make up the body. It's all of us, right? So we all got to come together and drop the brands, right? And this is the point. And you know it's true because if you say that, well, when we get on the chariot and we're saved, there ain't gonna be no Sakari, there ain't gonna be no GMS, ain't gonna be no IUIC, then what's gonna happen to those camps and those brandings and those brands and those names? Well, the Lord's gonna destroy them, and then it's just gonna be the elect of the Lord. So we rehearsing the righteous act. We should already be striving for that if we know that's the outcome, if that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? If it's a good thing, then the Lord not gonna destroy it. It's not gonna come to an end. So if you admit that your camp is gonna come to an end, then you admitting that it got to be something bad about it. You see what I'm saying? Because if it's good, it ain't going to come to an end. You know what I mean? So the Lord going to get rid of it. So if you admit that the Lord going to get rid of the camps and the different groups and splits up and shit like that, then we should already be working our way towards that, right? Now, my revelation is that the Lord is it says in Hosea 5:15, the Lord is waiting on us to get it right. You know, now that's insanity. You doing the same thing, camp. Then this camp come, and then they set up and they do the same thing, man. They get a camp name. They start making money. They start making T-shirts. They go out on the highways and byways and teach. They make videos on YouTube. Same as that thing, but what results have those things got us? If you an honest man, you're gonna say, well, we still in captivity. We still got the curses on us till this day. That's the results of doing that same exact thing. We gotta try different things, man. You gotta try to do what the Lord actually said. And we're going to break it down what the Lord actually said, right? For us to do, right? Because it's on us. The Lord waiting on us to come together as one. And then we got to leave and go out into the wilderness. And the Lord going to be with us. The same thing that happened with Moses and the Israelites, right? Moses, he prophesied, he taught, right? And then at some point in time with the Passover, the Lord didn't come down himself and lead them out of Egypt. You know, it was pretty much given to Moses. And then in the wilderness, the Lord was there, right? You had the light by night and the cloud by day that they were following, right? Which was a extension of the Lord, right? A chariot, we believe, an angel, right? But the point is that they actually had to do they had to do actions. It's not just about talking. You got to do actions. We got to come together as a people. And then I feel like the revelation is that we have to leave and go out into the wilderness like a breakaway civilization. And the Lord going to be there with us. Now, let's prove it from the Bible, right? This is Ezekiel 20, right? So don't take my words for it. Let's just read out the Bible. Ezekiel 20. And we're going to start at verse 34. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye were scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm with a fury poured out. So we